I've hit go live.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on a very special Lunatic Live, Mercury Black will announce the coming darkness. Ladies and gentlemen, Mercury Black.
Fuck, hello everyone. Fuck, yeah, my head is not very together, but I guess that's kind of the point. Yeah, for the month of October, I'm gonna be going dark and not checking messages all month. I'm not going to disappear completely. I'll be meeting with Grizz and other team members once a week. So channel business will continue to operate. And if anyone wants, if while I am down, anything that you would say to me, you can take to Grizz in the meantime. And for anyone who like does private sessions with me, and if you're having any sort of emergency, something happened in your life you're really having trouble dealing with, or some psychological emotional issue is getting out of control, you're going to relapse or something, basically, if it feels like an emergency to you, or if life situations or internal pressures, you feel like you might be at risk of doing something that you know full well you shouldn't do, like that's an emergency. Instead of messaging me on Discord, because I will not be checking my messages at all until November. If anyone's having an emergency, direct message at Veda 3. I wrote that in the description as well. So if you message at Veda 3, and you don't have to say what it is, all you have to say is that you're having a personal emergency and you need to talk to me as soon as possible, and she can get a hold of me at any time without me having to check messages. Yeah, so that covers if it's channel business, like you can write to the channel, and because I don't check that anyway. If you have some sort of question for me about channel business, reach out to Grizz. He'll be seeing me once a week. And if there is some sort of channel emergency, which I don't know exactly what that would be, Grizz can also contact me directly without me going online. But yeah, just contact Grizz about channel business, contact Ed Beta 3 if it's a personal emergency of any sort.
Oh my god, why are you leaving us? Why are you pulling away?
Okay, are you in my ear or did everyone hear that? Okay, you said that to everyone. Right, fuck. I need to prepare my winter tomb at the moment. I've got things like in the real world that I have not kept up on dealing with properly because the channel's been so much work over the past 6 months. So I have some real life shit that I need to take care of, mixed with I am burned the fuck out for running Manic for like 6 or 7 months or whatever it's been. And I've been working way the fuck harder and putting myself under more stress this year than I was even aware I could handle. So I need to do some spiritual, magical, and practical things to prepare myself properly for like the winter death. Otherwise, I'm not going to be prepared properly. And when winter sets in, I won't be able to hibernate properly, or yeah, I think that's a fucking explanation of that. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. That explain it, Grizz? Hello, everyone. Good to see you here. Okay, I see the newest comment. Daniel says, yes, I need to recharge my batteries. Yeah, I would love to just do what I consider shutting down for a full month, which is more than going dark because that means like nothing but self-care. I would love to do just that for a full month, but I won't be doing that. I have a lot of shit to take care of. And so at the moment, I can't focus on two realms at the same time. I can't be dealing with the real world for the month of October. I've got to focus just entirely on my magical practice and my fucking home life for a month. Although I will be doing both. There's 2 fucking full moons in October. I will be doing both of those. And there's a couple other things I might appear for. There might be a Lunatic live happen, or there might be a podcast or something recorded during the month. So I'm not going completely shut down. Just I will be doing very limited things, and I will not be checking messages at all is the big thing.
So, if Eric Weinstein wants to do a podcast, is that an emergency or no?
Yes, if Eric Weinstein wants to do a podcast, or anyone that we have to like take into account that they're overbooked and may not be able to do it later. If Alan Moore's available, that's an emergency as well. Anything like that's a channel emergency.
And in this situation, I get to decide whether or not the person is emergent enough to disturb you because you're
Yeah,
handling.
it's up to you.
Okay. So
Like
everybody.
if you think you know my reaction, you can speak to me for me to the degree that you're able. If you think it can wait until our next meeting, that's your decision, and you bring it up then. And if you think it's an emergency, you contact me. However, with Advaita 3, she will not be filtering what an emergency is. That's where trusting the people writing in. If you write to Advaita 3 that you have a personal emergency, that will definitely get through to me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
That it is a behind the scenes question. Greg says, this seems to be a behind the scenes question, Grizz, the Eric line of inquiry. And it is a behind the scenes question because I am a shatterer of the fourth wall every chance I get. Unless it involves being on camera.
My brain still hasn't caught up to being here, but we might be able to get a bit out of me. So if anyone has questions, I don't know. Sometimes a good question kicks my brain into gear. But in the meantime, since you're here, Grizz, what if anyone wants to get to know you better? Since you're the one that they're going to be contacting in my absence.
They can
what
email
if
me.
Anyone just turning in who's wondering if I'm Andrew or not. So no, I'm not Andrew. I'm the crazy guy who runs the channel now. But who the fuck are you, Grizz? Introduce yourself if anyone new's coming across.
Oh, I made friends with a lunatic who was running a channel with some other dude, and now I'm helping him run the channel. My name is Grim Grizz, Griswold Grim, as the case may be. Depends on how formal you want it to look. You can email me at grimgrizz@gmail.com if you have any concerns directly, but we also field emails at sortingmyselfout0@gmail.com and on our Discord, which the link is below.
And are you going to tease out the upcoming content that features you?
I wasn't.
You're not existing now. Okay, you want to drop that? Like drop the subject and people just find out when they find out?
Well, this is about you having to go dark, and the less attention we have while that's happening, the safer we'll be. So, but we will be still. We have content that's in production now that will be released while this dark period is going on. So, the audience will only have to miss out on their direct interactions that they're used to with you, and not fabulous viewing material.
Okay, we didn't get any new questions yet. Gregory announced that it's 20 questions now, but we didn't get any. Do we fill time for a minute and wait to see if someone asks something, or do we consider the announcement accomplished?
The announcement is accomplished. I've noticed a lot of people separating consciousness from embodied experience and like highlighting that in the recent things the algorithm has been feeding me. Or would you care to speak to that in any way, shape, or form?
I got distracted by two more V's question at the same time.
That's a better question. Is there anything, maybe prayer related, we can do in the month of October to support you in your magical endeavors?
Yeah, prayers of I could use some energetic and emotional and psychological healing, and I could use fate to be kind to me at the moment. But yeah, just any prayers that things go well for me would be appreciated very much.
Gloff says, have a good hiatus, Mark. And Andrea asks, will you do some sort of Halloween movie or something like that for the 31st?
I don't know about the 31st, but the full moon schedule means I have to go live October 30th at midnight. So technically, that's like at 12 a.m. on the 31st. I will be doing a live stream on YouTube on the 30th. Well, the night of the 30th at midnight. I have no idea if we're going to do anything for Halloween the next night or not. I think there's a good chance that we will just count my full moon stream as the Halloween content. But I don't fucking know. It depends how October goes, really. Maybe there will be some sort of lunatic patrol party on the 31st. What do you think, Grizz? What's going to happen?
I think if we have a friend releasing an album, there'll probably be a party that night. And with the moon stream, you're probably going to be all tuckered out, big feller.
Yeah, and I have absolutely no idea what to predict.
Daniel says you need to take care of yourself.
Yes, I agree. So I'm going to do my best with that over the month of October, and I hope everyone else does well. But also, with anyone, if anyone does have a sort of personal emergency, do not feel bad about writing it into the channel and having me reach out to you. I would much rather take a few hours to talk someone through something at some point than come back in November and find out that shitty stuff happened that could have been avoided because you didn't talk it through with me. Um, so yeah, anyone who's having a real problem, do not be shy about reaching out. And Greg wants to know from everyone what they're going as for Halloween. Um, I might show up for the full moon stream in makeup. I haven't decided yet. So what about you, Grizz? What are you being for Halloween?
Um, I am tuckered out of playing dress up because I've been disguised as a disease vector since March. So I'm all costumed out. Um, but I might read some stuff about Sam Hain or pagan stuff to get me in the spirit anyway. Gloff says he's going as a penguin.
If you got anything interesting, Grizz, to reward people who've stuck this out so far, we made the announcement. Other than that, I feel like we're being pretty fucking boring, but I don't have anything interesting to say.
I don't know, I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist and I don't like to steer the streams that way, but um there's
Yeah,
this
but some people love that shit. Okay, so let's just transition to anyone who doesn't want to hear the kind of shit that Grizz will bring up. He's in charge now. Yeah, that's the end of my Lunatic Live, and this is the beginning of the after Lunatic Live run by Griswold Grimm.
Oh
So
my
continue
God.
listening at your own risk. I'll participate, but now I feel different about this now.
Oh, all right then.
I'm going to treat this like when we're on D Live from here
Well,
forward.
oh, okay then. Well, let me um, let me start with this is there is not going to be a going back to normal, and I don't know how many more months they're going to be able to convince people of that. Um, like my Twitter on the right is throwing out how the CDC rates were officially like the survival rates were above 99, and everyone else is I don't know. Everyone's all swole up in the election right now. Like it's not the bread and circuses it always is, but energetically it feels like building, not declining for me. I don't know. Like fall is supposed to be, you know, pull back in, get down to your roots, and let the trivial die away. But I feel like the energy of our time is increasing rather than falling back this season. So
Well, that seasonal dying off that I'm plugged into isn't the only reaction to this season. There's plenty of animals that are just as active, or among humans. Yes, a lot of farmers are finishing up, bringing in the crops and settling down to be less active for a while. On the other hand, lumberjacks would be just be getting ready to get to work throughout the winter.
maybe that's it. Maybe I have a tree cutter DNA deep down, and it's just a personal energy I'm feeling.
Yeah, you're plugged into a personal energy cycle that brings out a different part of fall. Like the bears are getting ready to hibernate. The Arctic foxes will be actively hunting.
I don't know. It does feel like a lull though. So I think you're tapped into it's like I think everybody, especially in America, is like energetically getting ready for November, even if they think themselves divested in the outcome. They're at least mildly curious.
Wait,
Whether
why is America getting ready for November?
I think they're going to pick Donald Trump again, and
Oh, November's the next elections. Okay, sorry, that didn't compute for me.
yeah, it doesn't seem like it, like because the all the other news seems to rendered it less important or less newsworthy, I suppose. But like everything's different. They can't like the kids didn't go back to school this month, really. Um, we're in unprecedented times, and so I think a lot of people could take the month and sit aside and reformulate, like due to the break in routine, take it as an opportunity to do some interior whatnots.
But the fact that both you and I got busier during quarantine, isn't that an inversion of the average experience? Hasn't the average person been much more slowed down for the past 6 months? You and I have had the opposite change in our lives compared to most people, haven't we? So for a lot of people, wouldn't there be all the self work is done? They've taken good care of the inside of their house because they've been stuck in it.
Possibly. Um,
They're
I'm
ready to go out and riot.
I'm cool. Yeah, yeah. They're so cabin fevered. They're ready to hit the streets. I think if I, hmm, I think the Black Mirror is priming people just for that. I mean, maybe that's why they battened them in for this many months, is to pull back the bowstring of human frustration, you know. Or it could just be another winter. Who do I know? You know, you back when we used to do the D Live thing, you you tried a lot harder. This is not how you were. Uh,
Yeah, no, you're really getting the short end of the stick. My brain is so fucking tired. I even had thoughts of things to say, and the effort of translating it into words was too much. I had pre-verbal thoughts. That the part that translates that into verbal thoughts is fucking exhausted. I have talked so fucking much past 7 months compared to for years spending like days without opening my fucking mouth on a regular basis.
why are you talking so much? Why have you spoken so much over the last 7 months?
Because when quarantine hit, I asked if anyone needed anything, and it resulted in all kinds of watch parties and private sessions and working much, much, much more on this channel. And that just kept building until Ryan resigned. And then there was all the conversations involved in all the fucking meetings and everything that's gone on since then.
Do you feel as though you've weathered that storm well, despite your need for recuperation now?
Oh, looking back on it, I'm shocked I got through the past year. Like, I didn't just weather it well, I weathered it like if a year ago you had asked me how I would handle the series of things that had occurred. I wouldn't have thought I would have gotten through it without some sort of fucking breakdown or quitting the channel. Or not that I didn't have breakdowns, a uncontrolled one. I'm surprised I was able to sort of use 2 fucking breakdowns as transformative processes this year. And I'm shocked at the amount I was able to do looking back on
And
it.
if
Although,
a
as
year
the
ago I had asked you how you get through it, and you wouldn't have known, having lived through the year, what do you think it was that sustained you, that you didn't predict that you wouldn't have been able to predict, would have sustained you through it?
feel like what sustained me was essentially the mystical shit and like upper management of my angel. What I'm surprised is that I was able to hold up my end of it. I don't know how to describe it better. I'm surprised I was able to channel that much assistance and not have the fucking wire melt from the current. Does that make sense?
It does, and we don't need to burn you out. We made the announcement, and kind of, at least on my end, I feel um, myself look slightly silly.
Well, that's an accomplishment then.
Yeah, yeah, I've grown a show that cares about that somewhere along the way, because I used to be better about this. So after you finish this month off, I think I'm gonna need some private sessions or something.
Yeah, yeah, and we can meet during the month if you need to talk going through it. Let me know, because like I said, yeah, if you, I'm not like 100% shutting down. I'm just shutting down from all messages and mostly shutting down other activity.
All right. Well,
Yeah, but I think we made the announcement and we hung around long enough that if anyone had important questions, they would have written it. So
they would
you good
have.
with wrapping this up, or do you have any final point you want to make to the world?
Well, world, since you've stuck it out this far, um, you could like, subscribe, and ring our bell. But really, my concern is that we do wrap this up because you have a full moon to do very soon, and you're gonna need your energy for that. So see you then, folks. I'm out. This is Graham.
All right. Good night, everyone. God bless and lunatic love doll.